My proposed plans is to get our staff trained and to do the self-installation ourselves and to install that equipment ourselves.
What's the lifespan of this kind? Going to digital, what can we expect?
10 years. 10 years max. It's really tough because what you think won't happen tomorrow happens, and the technology is changing so quickly. We never envisioned the digital system to be what it has been with the state, but as the digital radios are becoming more and more, and we've gotten several grants already to replace our existing radios with the digital, it IDs the radio from unit to unit, telling us exactly who it is, and if somebody pushes an emergency button, it indicates a distress call. But as it stands right now that information gets to our back room, but that information is not available or viewable to the dispatchers up front on the console. It stops there. Everything doesn't quite interface like it should or like we would like for it to. But this is a complete IP-based technology. This is the same company, not the same series of equipment. This is a later series of what Logan County just purchased. But we've had some limited discussion about expanding the microwave hop that's initially going to be installed in parts into the Logan County 911 Center, so both of us can use each other's consoles redundantly in the event of some type of disaster or catastrophe. So it will be compatible because it's IP-based technology versus traditional analog consoles.
Means to pay for this is through the cell phone money?
Through the cell phone money, which my intent is to, once upon approval, is send him $20,000 from what we have now, and to turn around and after installation pay the remainder, which will be about $45,000. This is, like I said, it's well within our means to pay for it, and I've worked it this way so we could pay cash for it and not have to get into a leasing agreement. Even though I thought, we could go out and lease this and pay it off in a year, the headache of going through the lease purchasing plans, coming before the commission and doing all the paperwork, it was easier just to do it this way in stages. In addition, like I said, I want to do the installation ourselves. They have agreed to train 2 of us in the factory at no cost on the equipment. And you'll notice on the line item on the second page, actually it's the third page, there are several terms of the agreement that we've worked out as far as P25 interfaces with Kenwood 5710, 5810, P25 mobiles. They have a beta driver out now that they're going to give us with delivery, and then they've also promised to have us the final product by fourth quarter of 2011. You can see highlighted there in yellow is the cost for them to do the installation, and I think we are much better off to do the installation ourselves and send our people to their factory and save $6,000 is what they want. We can go for a week's worth of training for far less than that. In addition, the state police paid them to do their first install, and then the state police has installed the last two centers that they've done themselves with the same equipment, because once they learned what they were doing, they didn't see any use in paying $6,000 for it.
So who would be the people that you're saying, yourself and?
Probably myself and Chris. I don't know if the agreement here says 2, and I'm going to tell them that we'll approve it if they'll go with 3, because for the amount of travel expenses and hotel, we can do 3 people almost as cheap as we can do 2. No doubt it'll be myself and Chris, and I don't know who the third person will be. Haven't sat down and talked with anybody about it formally yet.
Okay, we have before us here the motion to purchase the 2 radios. $65,254.82. Is that the number we're looking at?
Yes, that's actually radio. For clarification, it's actually radio console. So it's a piece of equipment that interfaces all of the radios together and gives us toning capabilities as well as some other technical things.
Okay, we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Motion, and second, that being all yes, motion carries.
What's the total cost? Of
60.
each?
$65,254 total. And a lot of that is for pieces of equipment that will not have to be replicated when we do this for the third and fourth position, for controllers and other things that are specific to each radio. So once again, we could do it again for about $30,000 when we do two more. The other thing that I would ask the commission to entertain, since the cost of travel, you can see, like I said, it's $6,000 to have them do the install, or we can do the install ourselves. I would like to go ahead and get approval to do the travel necessary with this for the installation purposes. Do I need to
Where
bring
do you
that
go
back?
to?
Excuse me?
Where do you have to go to?
South Carolina.
South Carolina
Oh,
somewhere.
that's terrible.
Well,
Gilbert, South Carolina, I think I read.
I have
Where that is.
Gilbert, South Carolina, and I have no
You
idea
don't
where
sound
it
like a
is.
beach area to me.
I mean, considering it's gonna save money and you'll be able to
Yeah.
install in the future, I move.
I'll second that.
Motion, second, approve the travel. All yes?
We did this with one piece of equipment about 10 years ago, and the service contract with Verizon was $16,000 a year. We canceled it, went to time and material, went to technical class ourselves, and our total expenses have been less than $4,000 probably in 10 years. So we were able to save enough money to pay for this system in bringing some of that maintenance in-house. And I just think it's the wise thing to do. Thank you though for your support.
Thank you.
Next thing on the agenda is a couple of letters here from the sheriff. He's requesting approval of employment of Jamison Linville as probationary deputy sheriff effective October the 1st, 2010, at a rate of pay of $23,000 annually.
I'll make
Second.
Motion, second, all yes, motion carries.
Next one is to approve the employment of Samuel Burnside as probationary deputy sheriff effective October the 15th, 2010, at a rate of pay of $23,000 annually.
So moved.
it. I'll second it.
Motion, second, being all yes, motion carries.
Okay, got some equipment that we want to surplus out. I need to declare the following equipment as surplus property of the Lincoln County Commission to be sold at a later date at a public auction. 2006 Dodge Charger. That's the one that we paid to have a new transmission put in at $5,000. It was a bad transmission. It went out within 1 or 2 shifts. It's sitting out there with a bad transmission, and we still owed $5,000. So it's gonna cost us $10,000 to get it fixed. So I'm asking to just, because it's not worth it, it's got
Had over 100,000 miles.
almost 150,000 on it. And then a 1997 Jeep Cherokee. It's the red one sitting out there. Wanda had been using it for just to haul trash before the dumpster. The power steering pump went out. They put a new power steering pump on it. The water pump went out. Just no air conditioning, no heating. There was just so many repairs on it that we just decided to surplus it out. Plus, we've got several office computers, some doors that was replaced from up in the courtroom, and some tables. Need to surplus all those out.
Second.
Motion, second, all yes, motion carries.
Okay, and next thing is the proposal for the Harts Community Center renovation and apartment. We do have one proposal here, and the reason we're wanting to